What is up, everyone? In front of me today I have an iMac. This is a 21.5 inch iMac and I'm not too sure what year it is. I think it's quite an early one, or in fact I know it's quite an early one because it still has an optical drive and it also has a FireWire port. So 2010, 2011, somewhere around there, my iMac history and knowledge isn't very good because these aren't machines that I take a look at very often at all. In fact, this is actually the first time I've had an aluminium iMac in my house. I've never looked at one before. So I've used them out and about because they're everywhere, obviously. So I've used them in numerous locations, but I've never actually had one sat in front of me on my very own desk. It's one of the Macs that has kind of passed me by. But yeah, so all the more reason to get excited about this video, really, because it's a good opportunity to check out this machine. So this machine belongs to a friend of mine. She dropped it off this morning, and unfortunately the reason I have it is because it is unwell. It needs a little bit of looking at. So I'm going to show you the problem right now. It's plugged into power, nothing else is connected, and I'm going to press the power button and you guys will know straight away what's wrong. So I'm going to pull the plug on that because I don't want to wake the kids up. Pop that down there. So 3 beeps, then a gap, then 3 beeps, just on a continuous loop. That is indeed a RAM issue. So it indicates that there's a problem with the RAM. This has come completely out of the blue for this machine. Nobody's been inside it to upgrade the RAM recently. It had a RAM upgrade last Christmas, but it's been absolutely fine all year. And of course it's September now, so there'd be sort of no reason why that would start to cause issues unless there's another kind of issue, such as a defective RAM stick. Maybe they're a little bit loose, or they just simply need a reseat. Hopefully it's one of those simple things. A reseat would be fantastic because then the owner of the machine doesn't have to go to any expense to purchase new RAM. But if we have a defective stick, then that is 10 times better than a defective machine. So yeah, I'm going to take a look at this evening. First port of call is to reseat both memory modules, and then if that doesn't work, we'll eliminate the memory modules one by one. So apologies that we're on my actual desk. It's a complete tip in my office. Over the last couple of months, I've been using my office as a little bit of a dumping ground. I haven't needed the office space as such. It's a pain when something like this happens because I really need the space then. You know, it's so handy to have a dedicated workspace for repairing people's stuff. But yeah, we've had kind of some interesting developments with Arlo and how mischievous he is in comparison to Eli when Eli was that young. So he's been delving into the DVDs and the games and all the physical media downstairs. So I've just got piles of physical media all over my office, as well as all sorts of random junk from stuff that I've been trying to get done over the last couple of months. So, to cut a long story short, there's no room in my office at all, so that's why we're on my desk. So all I kind of need for this really is, of course, the iMac itself. I also have my screwdriver kit as well as a towel so that we can lay this down on its screen without scratching it. So let's get the bottom end off of this guy and see how far we get. So flipping the machine over, I can see one giveaway for the year of the machine. You can see here on the Thunderbolt port, it does indeed have the little lightning logo to show that it is Thunderbolt as opposed to mini display. So this is a 2011 machine because that's when they introduced Thunderbolt, and 2012, I'm pretty sure that 2012 was the year they ditched the optical drives in these. So anyway, we've got the RAM door off. The fact that it's 2011 is really nice because I really like that era of Macs. Really do enjoy. I got a soft spot for the 2011 machines just because of that lovely 17-inch MacBook Pro I owned. Yeah, I believe you just pull these tabs to get the RAM out. Give it a good yank. Before yanking too much, I'm just going to double check online because I don't want to ruin someone else's machine. We have 4 SODIMMs in the machine. All of the slots are populated, and they're all populated with the same type of RAM. So we've got Samsung 4GB sticks, so this gives us a total of 16 gigs of RAM, which is a nice config for a machine of this age. It's definitely an upgrade kit because there's no Apple stamp and it's quite a high capacity. Plus, I was told that it was upgraded last Christmas, so it's quite a hefty upgrade, probably from 4 gig or 8 gig all the way up to 16. Quite nice. But one of these guys may be defective, so as I say, we're going for just a reseat at this stage. So we will slide all of the memory back in as if we are simply reinstalling the memory, and then obviously if it still beeps, we've got to try and eliminate the RAM one by one, which will be quite a time-consuming process in this machine because we'll have to keep flipping it back round. Or maybe I can get away with just jabbing the power button while it's laying down. We'll see how it goes. So we have all 4 sticks reinstalled. Let's see if we get a beep. Okay, so it's not happy with this RAM. Process of elimination. Here we go. Well, would you look at that? The machine is booting. So, one of these guys is not happy. And I tried these guys in the same slots that these are in right now. So, doubting it's the slot. Yeah, we're booting up. Let's grab a keyboard and see what's happening. So, here we have the RAM. Top 2 slots are empty, so what I might do is shift these 4 gigs up, see if it boots up. If it does, try and add one of the other ones one by one, but this is the point where I'll message the owner and ask what they want to do. Obviously I'll just leave a pair in. I'd rather leave a pair of sticks for a total of 8 gig in the machine, as opposed to leaving the machine with 12 gig and an uneven number of SODIMMs. So yeah, plus both of those could be faulty, but it's highly unlikely it'll probably just be one of those. This is quite a nice spec machine actually. It's running Yosemite, which by my standards is still really new, so that's good. 2.5 gigahertz Intel Core i5, 8 gigs of RAM at the moment, and it's got a Radeon HD 6750M with 512 megs of video memory. 6750M could have been very similar to what was in my MacBook Pro. Same era machine, absolutely gorgeous. What disc? These came with 750s, did they? 500, okay. Yeah, nice. So we've got a working machine. Let's shut it down and then we will add one of those sticks and see which one is the defective one. So just before trying one of those, I've shifted the RAM into the top slots. And we're just going to see if that's okay. Yes, that's absolutely fine. Let's come round to confirm. Yeah, we're booting up. So that is good news. I'm just going to shut down the machine properly. Don't want to cause any more issues. It's funny going back to a machine with a hard disk. Obviously when I look at very old Macs, I'm accustomed to seeing like Tiger and Leopard and Panther and stuff boot up from hard drives, but to see a modern Mac operating system booting up from mechanical storage is something I don't see very often, because the first thing I do is whip an SSD in. But of course it's a little bit different with the iMacs because it's quite a bit more challenging to just whip one in. Okay, let's have a little look, see how we're looking now. We'll drop into memory. There we go. Yeah, that makes me a lot more comfortable. So 4 gig in the top 2 slots. Machine is really snappy actually. Having made that comment about the hard drive, it's feeling exceptionally snappy, especially probably considering this is the original hard drive. So talking 8 years old for the drive, and I haven't done anything in particular on the machine, but it's plenty snappy enough for day-to-day computing. So the machine is booting with that guy in it. We will add this guy next time around. So at the moment, suspect this guy, but once again we are booting up. So we've just put the 4th stick in, and if my calculations are correct, this is not going to boot. Brilliant. So that fourth stick, that one there, boop, there, has given up the ghost. So what I'm going to do is take the pair, the bottom pair out, and basically throw the dodgy one. And then at this stage, I am done for this evening. It is a case of writing this up to explain the options. And yeah, I can go ahead and order another 2 4-gig sticks to bring it back up to 16, or leave it at 8. I mean, 8 is plenty. But it all depends what this machine is going to be used for in the future. At the moment, it seems as if it's just a general browsing the web type of thing. The odd few bits and bobs, so 8 gig for that is plenty. But yeah, we'll see. Let's pull it out and see how far we go. I'll also check out prices of an 8 gig kit as well. So folks, I've spoken to the owner. It's now the next day, and she has decided not to replace the faulty RAM, so to just keep the machine at 8 gigs. That is a decision that I fully support, to be perfectly honest. I still have 8 gigs in my laptop, and I do some quite heavy stuff day to day on that thing, and I'm definitely still in the camp of people that thinks that 8 gigabytes is plenty for day-to-day use. Obviously, different scenarios require more memory, but 8 gigs for just a simple machine doing simple things is perfectly adequate in my opinion, so I fully support that decision. So the plan is, I'm going to run memtest86 overnight tonight just to see if there are any errors. I should hope that everything would be okay, but I want to double check just to make sure everything is absolutely fine. So we'll run memtest. If you see a bonus clip after this outro, you know that something's gone wrong, but if it just ends, if the video ends, then you know everything's been absolutely fine. So I'll run that tonight, make sure everything's good, and then this iMac is ready to go back. So that's it. I don't have anything else to say. It's kind of unusual to have a problem this simple to fix, so that's definitely a treat. Wish they were all like this. Yeah, there we go. Job done. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.